Headline news most affecting Abbotsford this week. The McKee Neighborhood project is, after 3 years, a done deal. The Lonzo Homeless camp is being dismantled, but the residents don't know what the plans are. Canada Day in Abbotsford will have plenty of things to do, but no fireworks. And the Vancouver Canucks will return to Abbey in the preseason. All right, Abbotsford, let's get started. After 3 years of delays and procedural errors, the McKee Neighbourhood project is a done deal. Abbotsford Council gave third and final reading on Monday. This after delays including procedure errors. The neighborhood plan in question revolves around a 1,900-acre area of McKee Peak on Sumas Mountain. Concerns were brought up about wildlife, urban density, First Nations consultations, and park residential potential. The potential of bringing in 5,000 to 9,000 new homes. The BC Civil Liberties Association and Pivot Legal Society are urging Minister of Housing Ravi Kahlon to stop the eviction of the Lonzo Park encampment. The encampment in the city of Abbotsford that started on Monday. In an open letter to the Housing Minister Ravi Kahlon, they write that forcefully evicting encampment residents when there are inadequate housing options available is illegal. The plan is to clear the homeless camp and make way for social housing. The Lonzo camp is now called the most dangerous part of Abbotsford, just off Highway 11 and Highway 1. Many of the homeless living there claim they were not told about the overall plan. Last Friday afternoon, abbyPD responded to a reported home invasion at a residential address in the 33,000 block of George Ferguson Way. 3 adult suspects have been arrested in relation to this incident, which is believed to be a targeted event. abbyPD can confirm that the public is not at risk and that all of those believed to be responsible are in police custody at this time. Members of the abbyPD Major Crime Unit have taken over the investigation with the assistance of patrol officers and are in the early stages of the investigation. The male victim was transported to hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Investigators seek witnesses and dashcam footage from anyone traveling in the 33,000 block of George Ferguson Way. A grade 12 student in Abbotsford has been named as one of 20 recipients of the RBC Future Launch Indigenous Youth Scholarship, valued at $10,000 per year for up to 4 years. Clayton Ritchie from Sumas First Nation is graduating from Yale Secondary. He starts the sociology program at University of BC in the fall with plans to become a lawyer and eventually open his own law firm. Ritchie discovered a passion for law after he was selected as one of the 12 students in the district to attend UBC's legal boot camp. And an Abbotsford parent who has gone above and beyond the usual volunteer roles has recently been recognized for her dedication to education. Tanya Coghill was named the 2023 recipient for the Abbotsford Board of Education's annual Community Matters Award. Coghill has been an active volunteer within Abbotsford schools for nearly 2 decades, first becoming involved when her eldest child began kindergarten. Since then, she has been instrumental in supporting several parent advisory council, PAC groups, and offering volunteer support across elementary, middle, and secondary schools. BCLC started to implement enhanced identification requirements at BC casinos to support people enrolled in its Game Break self-exclusion program. BC casinos will require every individual to present government-issued photo identification for entry. This ID will be scanned by security staff and automatically checked against the database of individuals restricted from entering gambling facilities, like those enrolled in Game Break. This applies to chances in Abbotsford. The City of Abbotsford will present its annual Canada Day event honoring our community and country at Abbotsford Exhibition Park on July 1st. The day-long event will feature a parade, live entertainment, food trucks, and a marketplace. The city is working with local artists and community partners to put together a program focused on multiculturalism, diversity, and accessibility for residents and visitors of all ages to enjoy, thanks in part to funding provided by the province of BC. What you won't get are the fireworks, as they are under the ban until the end of October. As of taping, campfires were once again allowed, but that could change if conditions worsen. More information can be found on the city's social media. Don't let the recent damp weather fool you. The province is urging people across British Columbia to conserve water, as current forecasts suggest much of the province will experience drought conditions through the summer months. Last year, we experienced drought from August to October 2022. Roger Panett with Environment Canada has been monitoring drought in the Fraser Valley and told FVN that in earnest started in May. The freshest was literally over by the start of June. While the recent rains have provided relief for some regions in BC, it has not been enough to overcome the limited rain and precipitation from previous months. The increased flows that are present in some streams and river systems are likely to be short-lived. Areas currently under drought level 4 include the East Peace, Fort Nelson, and Finley areas. The majority of the other watershed basins in BC are in drought levels 2 or 3. That includes us. And after the break, sports. Reports Abbotsford Ryan Craig has been named the new head coach of the AHL's Henderson Silver Knights. Henderson is the American Hockey League affiliate of the Vegas Golden Knights, the club that Craig has been an assistant coach with since the team first was established in 2017 and 18. Craig and the Golden Knights won the Stanley Cup earlier this month by defeating the Florida Panthers 4-1. Craig, a 2000 W.J. Mowat secondary grad, played minor hockey in Abbotsford. After his years in Abbotsford, he joined the Brandon Wheat Kings and collected 268 points in 302 games in the Western Hockey League. He served as a team captain for his final 2 seasons in Brandon. Craig was drafted by the Tampa Bay Lightning in the 8th round, 255th overall of the 2002 NHL draft. He then spent seasons in the AHL, the ECHL, before earning an opportunity with the Lightning in 2005 and 6 season. The Vancouver Canucks announced their 2023-24 preseason schedule, which includes 6 games in total against the Calgary Flames 2, Edmonton Oilers 2, and Seattle Kraken 2, beginning on Sunday, September 24th in Calgary during Canucks training camp. The Canucks will play 1 home game and 1 away game against each team, with the first 3 games taking place on the road and the latter 3 being played at home. In addition to 2 of the team's home games being held at Rogers Arena versus Oilers and Flames, 1 home preseason game will be played at the Abbotsford Centre versus the Kraken for a 3rd straight year. Dating back to 2019, the Canucks are 3-0 in preseason games hosted in Abbotsford. 5-4 win versus Edmonton in 2022, a 4-2 win versus Calgary in 2021, and 6-4 win versus Ottawa in 2019. The UFV Cascades men basketball program announced on Tuesday that they have added 4 new student athletes to their 2023-24 recruiting class. Ismail Hernandez, AJ Gill, Arpandeep Singh, and Hayden Sansalone will join the team for the upcoming season. Sansalone is a 6'3" guard from Abbotsford Secondary. Student athletes from across Canada West Championship Sports can now circle their calendars. The conference has officially unveiled its 2023-24 Championship Sport host locations and schedule. The action starts with the conference's golf teams converging on Abbotsford for Canada West Golf Championships, hosted by the University of the Fraser Valley from October 2nd to the 3rd. Participants will be in for a treat with the event taking place at Ledgeview Golf Club, the home course of PGA Tour champions Nick Taylor and Adam Hadwin. And after the break, Cari with the weather.
It's gonna be an amazing week next week. Nothing but sunshine, up into the high 20s, even up into the 30s. Like, why am I even bothering to tell you people this? Probably because I'm gonna get it wrong one of these days. It is gonna cloud over, but it's beautiful for the next week at least. Happy Canada Day, everyone.
Thanks, Cari, and thanks for watching. If you have a local news story you'd like us to report on, send us a note to news@chilltv.ca. Have a wonderful Canada Day weekend, whatever you get up to, and stay safe. I'm Steve Croner.